I know this is all about, yes, making your home a little bit more efficient, whether it's great sheets or the air we breathe. But one of the most important things that I do every single morning before I start my day at home and before I kind of go out into the world is read my Bible. This one from Lifeway. Lifeway has been one of the longest running and oldest publishing companies of all time. I'm just looking here for my favorite verse. This is a Christian Standard version or translation, but here's what's really cool in this translation. It's a women's Bible. So you not only are going to get a really easy to read translation, something that stays true to the biblical text, but also in the way that we speak today. It balances both perfectly. You're also getting essentially a customized women's devotional. That's part of what Lifeway does best. I've got 3 different beautiful Bibles to choose from in their leather bound. This one right here is that gorgeous sage green. I also have it in, well, actually, I'm sorry, this one's the slate. This one is the sage. It's more of like a teal. And then I also have the coral, which here, I'll show you that one in just a second. Look how pretty. And each one has, oh, I did mix that up. Okay, so slate is the blue one. That's gonna be slate. Here's your coral. And this one we're calling sage. It's really soft, subtle sage. It's almost like a taupe. There's only about 180 to go around to grab that one. But David Humphrey is joining us. He's part of the Lifeway team. He's been with Lifeway for many years. David, it's so good to chat with you. I'm so excited to have this. This is a very different, yes, it's the 66 books of the Bible, right, in a Christian Standard version, but really something that's gonna give us a study and a journey right along the way.
Yeah, so the biggest thing that comes to mind, the one word, when I look at the Lifeway Women's Bible is beauty. The cover treatments, the suede material, the look, the feel, the burnish treatment on the cover. But the real treasure with the Lifeway Women's Bible is what is on the inside. And Alan, you teed it up so well. All 66 books of the Bible. But Lifeway's best-selling Bible study authors have contributed to this Bible with their own devotional thoughts and articles, helping people, women particularly, draw closer to the Word to help them understand what it means.
I love that. Okay, so what's really beautiful about this is, yes, it's your traditional Bible in that Christian Standard translation, but what you're also getting is partnering with some of the leading women in the world that work with Lifeway that also write devotions. So it's your Bible and it's your devotion all in one. You've got commentary from actual Lifeway women, and they're targeted, like Jackie Hill Perry, Jennifer Rothschild, Priscilla, all of these are targeted at like women's studies. They also highlight and feature some of the most powerful women in the Bible, right? So growing up, I learned a lot about like Paul and Moses and Abraham and Isaac, right? But I want to dig into Esther and Ruth and Mary, and you really can. It profiles key women in the Bible because it's really beautiful when you do start to study the Word and you see, even throughout history, like in the book of Genesis, right, you could be giving this long, like boring family tree and lineage, and then all of a sudden there's a woman's name thrown in there. There's a reason. Right? I mean, and God has poured his love over women, and you really see that when you read. This is just a great way to show you and to maybe teach a younger woman in your life who is still getting into the Word or learning how to study the Word. Can I read you one of my favorite verses? And I just shared it too with my daughter as she's young. My kids are 6 and 8, and one of the verses that has always been it was almost like a sweet treat learning it when I was young. Jeremiah 29:11, and I want to read it in the Christian Standard Version. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. This is the Lord's declaration. Plans for well-being, not disaster, to give you a future and a hope. So when you have something like this in your home, in your, almost your arsenal, I go to my Bible every single day, but now you've got a devotion almost built in. David, we've got 3 different color choices to choose from. This one is your sage. We have the slate, and we also have the coral. Please gift this to a young lady that you know is heading off to college. She'll actually love this. If she's graduating, what a beautiful gift. It's H268 145, $24.60 to get our Lifeway Christian Standard Translation for our Women's Devotional Bible. David, thank you so much for bringing this to our show. It's so good to have you part of it.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Thanks, David. Oh, man. I could sit and read that forever. I wish we could have talked about Esther. We could have talked about Ruth and Mary. It's good. H268145.